The courtroom was silent, the kind of silence that weighs on your chest and makes every breath sound too loud. The judge's eyes flicked from the sealed folder in his hands to me, to my parents, who sat stiff and self-righteous 2 rows behind their lawyer. "Do they even know what you have?" he asked. I just nodded, slowly, calmly. I had been waiting 10 years for this moment. Backstory: 10 years earlier. My sister left her baby on my doorstep. No note, no explanation, just a crying infant in a threadbare blanket. When I called my parents in shock, their response was as cold as winter steel. "She's your burden now. Don't drag us into it." I begged, I argued, they shut the door in my face. So I raised him. My nephew, though in my heart, he was my son. Midnight fevers, first steps, school recitals. He was mine in every way that mattered, and for 10 years, not once did they call to check if he was okay. Until suddenly, they wanted him back. The betrayal. The lawsuit landed on my desk like a grenade. My parents were suing me for custody. Their claim? That I had kept their grandson from them, that I had alienated them. Alienated. The word made me laugh. 10 years of silence, and now they played the role of grieving grandparents. But underneath the anger, I felt something sharper, a flicker of satisfaction. Because while they thought I was defenseless, I had something they didn't: proof. The shift. I didn't rage, I didn't crumble. Instead, I started gathering, quietly, carefully. The hospital intake records from the night my sister gave birth, when she listed herself as unfit to parent. The police report from the night she vanished, when she abandoned her child and refused to answer calls. Financial statements showing I alone had supported him for a decade. And then the final blow. Emails, dozens of them, from my parents. Cold, dismissive, cruel. One line, from my mother, still burned in my mind. "He's not our responsibility. If she was stupid enough to have a child, let her deal with it." Except she didn't. I did. The plan. I knew my parents. They thrived on image. The respectable couple with their manicured lawn, their church donations, their perfect smiles at family gatherings. They thought court would be about appearances, about who could look like the better family. But I wasn't playing for appearances. I was playing for truth. So I stayed quiet. Let them talk. Let them spin their story. All while my folder sat sealed, waiting. Execution. Court day arrived. Their lawyer painted me as unstable, a bitter sibling, a thief who had stolen a child's chance at a real family. My parents nodded solemnly, dabbing fake tears. I didn't interrupt, didn't flinch. When it was my turn, I walked to the stand with the folder, placed it gently in the judge's hands. Inside, everything. The reports, the records, the emails, each page a blade. Climax. The judge flipped through the documents, his expression tightening. My parents shifted, whispering to their lawyer. Then he reached the emails, and he froze. His eyes narrowed. He looked at them like he was peeling away their masks, one layer at a time. "Do they even know what you have?" he asked me. I just nodded and waited. He read aloud one of the emails, my father's words. "We're not babysitters. That child is nothing to us." The courtroom went still. My parents' faces drained of color. I looked at them for the first time that day, really looked, and for once, they had nothing to say. Resolution. The judge ruled in my favor. Full custody. No visitation. When the gavel struck, my parents collapsed inward. My mother sobbed into her hands. My father stared at the floorboards, shaking his head, as if disbelief could rewrite history. But I didn't feel pity. For 10 years I carried the weight they abandoned. For 10 years, I gave that boy love, stability, and a home. And in one sealed folder, I made them face the truth they had buried. As we left the courtroom, my son reached for my hand. "Are they gone for good?" he asked. I squeezed his fingers. "Yes," I said, "they're gone." And for the first time in 10 years, the burden wasn't mine. Because revenge doesn't always come with fire and fury. Sometimes it comes in silence, in patience, in the simple act of making someone finally face the life they chose to.